Hello everyone. Finally back. I know it's some time ago since last video. This time round I had a very good game yesterday, and it got so close. Only because I was letting myself being distracted by an ally's pinging. But yeah. We dig into it and see more about what exactly happened. Now this battle took place while a friend of mine, Zoe, was streaming. The tier 10 was requested at that time. I'm not very comfortable at tier 10. Not at the moment. So instead I took a good old solid reliable tank out. A Swedish Lantern C. The Lantern C was on NA, given to me by another viewer named Nothing Special. He is something special. And ever since then, I have started my tier 8 tank rotation with the Lantern C. The Lantern C I have had for quite a while, and therefore I have had the crew trained up for a few skills. We're in, and here it goes. My initial plan is to work with the ridge line at the foot of the mountain. But with World of Tanks, a battle can change very quickly. And this one is getting very close. First target, Type 64. Bam! Little more than half of his hit points in just one shot with standard rounds. Looking around to check for enemies. As the battle progresses, more enemy tanks are spotted. Oops. A44. Around the mountain I have seen a flank being threatened. The only one to cover it is a Type 64, and he's getting the hell out of there. So he should. He has spotted what he could. Coming to assist and support him, cover up for him, am I. But I get assistance also by a Tiger P and an A44. Going around, lower glaciers, steady hand, shoot. For fire. Americans sometimes use the word shoot as a curse. A swear word. Not that it is. One more shot into the Skoda T56 and he is out. Back to the garage. The road around the mountain is now covered by the Tiger P and the A44, dealing with first of all, the P-43 BIS. PIS, sorry. Yeah. You'll see what I mean. T-3485 is down. Shot on a T-150. Oh. But I take shots from a Type 64. And he has now switched to premium ammunition because it was very limited what he could deal on me with the first shot that he fired. There's a Comet. Engine pants had just gone down. Can I get... No, he's behind a rock. No shots on the enemy Comet. Where did that Type 64 go? Shot in on T-150. Oh, ow! Hey! Duck back down. Keep him lit. And our Skoda T-56 ends up finishing the enemy Type 64 out. One shot more into the prosciutto, back in cover, yep, spotted. Hello, artillery. The artillery is just in play. Just a part of the team. Can be annoying to be hit by, but a part of the team. Didn't aim enough in and wasn't low enough, so the shot I fired went above. No more shots on the prosciutto. T-150 just behind the rock. Could he get more out with the turret? No, he was taken out. A very common spot for tank destroyers is in the 5 line. Kilo 5, Kilo 5 and Alpha 5. A suitable enough back, and that's also why I fired blind shots at the bushes. The M2Y, and I take damage from the T25/2. RT is lit. Aim in, one shot, and that's 300 hit points. Those positions are with a good enough distance from the rest of the team for the tank destroyers to fire at whatever targets may present themselves in open gaps, without the tank destroyers themselves are taking damage. Getting spotted. Shots in the prosciutto, there is none because he's on the other side of the lighthouse. And here he tries to get the hell out of the spot away from the Leo and take some damage further as he hits the ground. A splash from artillery would be enough to finish him down. The Tiger P is finishing their prosciutto off before their Stritzwang finishes off the Tiger P. Tank destroyers are still at Kilo 5. The M2Y was last spotted in the most northern part of Hotel 1. Still spotted. The World of Tanks tutorial videos are teaching and illustrating where the viewports are. I have seen those videos a few times and now know that one viewport is just at the root of the gun. So I'm trying here to point out just with my gun to spot the tank destroyers, and I managed still to spot the T25/2. I am lucky enough to bounce a shot from the Stritzlang S1. But you can't count on that luck twice. So I am careful and I stay by this rock until they present themselves. I need someone to help me spot them. But a threat has presented itself by our base, and that's the M2Y. He has spent all that time driving up along the one line and now threatening our base and our artillery, and he has already got one shot into him. One shot from me, loading, leading the shots. Load, 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 come on. Ready to fire, bounce on his rear. And the Leo ends up finishing the M2Y. One less gun to worry about. Now, it's just the 2 remaining tank destroyers. At this point, I am very surprised of how well this battle has turned out to be for me. But it's also an experience that if you are being placed too early with how well you're doing, that is exactly the time where things can go wrong because you get too cocky. And the battle is still not over. So time for concentrating and focus. We know that the tank destroyers are still at Kilo 5. They have been there all this time. I'm waiting for the Leo to go around and maybe get the tank destroyers to reveal himself. Up until about this point, I've played this game on my own. The thing is, I'm getting guidance and tutelage, assistance in improving my own gameplay. So I'm putting some of the things I have learned so far into practice. Now I am instructed to get away from the position, disengage, and still make sure that I keep the rock between the tank destroyers and myself. I was a little lucky that I apparently didn't get spotted, because otherwise I could have been dead. These 2 tank destroyers could deal enough damage to finish me off with just one shot. So I'm now instructed, and I agree to, disengage and relocate all around the little front mountain, go down low, and get on the other side of them to spot and maybe shoot them in the end. First wreck to these rocks cliffside, too close. The second one, AT-15A, not enough space for a Lantern C to get around. So, other way around. But otherwise, as glued to the cliff wall as possible, between wrecks and trees, make sure not to reveal myself, my course. Now what I'm instructed to is the bush just above all the cliffs, just by the gates, so to say, the north gates of the enemy base. But the pinging is leading me to the bush ahead. And that mistake turns out to be very, very fatal. One more shot and that's it. 2,725 damage is at this point dealt from my gun. Just half of it I would have been happy about. But now more than 2,000 damage, nearly 3,000 damage. I was over the moon. But the battle's still not over. The Leo has seen that he could very well be the next target, and now he's disengaging. Very wise. Our Type 59 Gold is trying to instruct the rest of the team. But I had preferred that he had just gone back to the garage and taken another tank out instead. Taking cover behind the fallen wreck of the Skoda. There's a T-25/2. Finished by the Leo. Nice one, Leo. Now just the striff. Or the strits. Behind. Great. Just as the Leo was about to get a shot, the time ran out. Here's the results. Only, quotes, only, unquote, or air quotes, a FIFO effect. But I still managed to finish on top of the team on damage done and XP earned. Very well played by the striff of the enemy team. 8k WN8. High caliber, top gun and tank sniper. "18 shots fired by me, 11 direct hits and 10 penetrations. Total damage 2,984. So must have hit with some of my blind shots. Blocked, out of which 1,163 was from a distance more than 300 meters. Damage blocked 1,075. Assistance of 308. Enemy vehicles damaged 8 and destroyed 2. This battle was of a rarity because it lasted all 15 minutes that's set for it. 81,243 credits earned. 62,714 remains as a total after auto repair and ammunition resupply. This was one of the best games I have had in later time. 2/3 of it I played on my very own. Careful on judging just from what you see. And I say best of luck on the battlefields. And I catch you at some other time.